Welcome to Plus Talk on Plus Life. We're all about turning positive into a plus. The her I am talking about is Angela Myammee Pitts. You know her from reality TV and her music career, and she's my guest today. Good to see you, Myammee. Can I call you Myammee?
Yes, that's fine. Let's do it. Myammee is in the building.
I know the words I chose at the top there were quite strong. HIV stole her family,
Yeah.
but that's true. You grew up in a household where your mother and younger brothers were living with HIV,
Yeah.
and you were the one in their family who wasn't. What was that like?
Correct. It was, it was a hard view. Like looking back now, being the only person in the family, which is just my mom and my brothers and me. Back then, as a little girl, I looked at it like, dang, I'm different. Like they have something in common. I didn't. And I thought, they had a better bond than I had with my mom. You know what I mean? And just living in a household with a family who had this diagnosis that when I go to school, I hear kids laugh about it. I hear kids tease each other about your mom got HIV. That's why your mom got AIDS. Or that's why your whatever got AIDS. Like back in the 90s, it was hard. It was a lot of ups and downs on both sides. Like I said, the bond between me and my mom and my brothers, it was a little off because I felt like now as I'm older, she had to pour into them because she didn't know when their time was gonna, be gone. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of experiences that I faced on both ends.
Yeah, you raise an interesting point. You were the odd one out
Yeah.
in the house, but of course, once you stepped outside of the house, whether it be to your relatives or to school, you very quickly learn and realize how cruel the world is
Yeah.
and was and
Yeah.
continues to still be, especially for those of us who are living with HIV. How do you think it shaped your perspective on, I guess, on life and your overall family experience?
I think it shaped my perspective about, the saying where treat the janitor like the CEO, treat the janitor and the CEO the same. I have a sensitivity when it comes to just people in general. Like I'm born and raised in the inner city, in the hood, or whatever you want to say of America. But I have a sensitivity to that because nobody is better than nobody. Just because somebody looks a certain way or was placed in a situation a certain way does not make them less human. So I kind of it shapes my reality that life is short. Go after your dreams, do what your heart tells you to do, find some passions because life is more than just work. Again, life is short. That's all I saw was life is short.
Stigma is, as I said earlier, something, sadly, after 40-something years of this virus, we are still
Yeah.
dealing with it. How did that stigma affect you as a child, do you think, versus how you are now?
Oh, that's a big one.
Sorry.
Being that, when I'm in my home with my mom and my brothers, we share everything. We share the toilets, we share the utensils. I hug on her, she hugs on me. Like I hug my brothers, we love on each other, we kiss each other. So outside of the home, you hear like don't touch, don't do this, like stay away, you know what I mean? So that stigma, um, like I'm getting a little bit of a few flashbacks. Like it was just like you had I knew that I could be loved in my home and I knew it was kind of normal to me in the home, but outside it wasn't. As soon as I stepped outside, it was like I became like in the house, I was the girl who felt different from my mom and brothers, but when I got outside the house, I felt like now they were different than all of us. You know what I mean? It was always a constant back and forth that I had to deal with.
Did you feel as a child and even into your adolescent years and after, we should say that, your brothers passed quite young,
Yeah.
that you had to hide your
Yeah.
family's reality, or were you
Yeah.
able to be open and honest in what you were going through, which allowed you to process your emotions? Or as an adult, do you have a lot of, we all have baggage, but a lot of that emotional that you had to hold on and hide
Yeah.
because of the stigma?
Had to hide it. I could not tell anybody. Can you imagine? Like I already got a little bit of feedback from my own personal family. Like as my brothers were passing away separately, I've never had a conversation with any other family member about the passing of my brothers and why. Never. After my mom passed, I still didn't have a conversation with anybody. And then at the same time, I also, as a young woman, I didn't want to get judged either. You know, it was hard. It was hard. Like you want to stand up for your family, but you don't because if you tell everybody, you're gonna get judged too. You're gonna get the stigma on you as well. Like, oh, you stay in the house with them. Oh, you must have HIV, you must have AIDS. So, so now as a grown adult, I had to get out of that. And that's why I think now I have the hardest heart to go hard for them now, because I couldn't do it back then when they was here. So now I can care less with those who may even think about or have a little bit of stigma around me now. But it sucks that I had to wait till they leave for me to stand up loud. So that's a reality that I have to live with, and everybody else who's been affected by it. So it's just a hard thing, and I know being affected by HIV versus being infected with HIV is big, totally different. But being affected, it still hurts us. So that's why I'm here, and I want to make sure I'm loud this time. I'm not shying away. I don't care what nobody thinks about it. And I can't stop until this cure comes, until a vaccine comes. And this is just my way to almost credit back my younger self and tell her, I know you couldn't do it then, but we're going to do it now.
I know faith also plays an important role in all of this.
Yeah.
I know it's a powerful part of your journey. I know it's a part of your music. When did you sort of solidify that relationship, with your faith and your belief? And how did you do that in the midst of such hardship?
Well, my faith started when I was younger. So my mom used to take me to church. Me and my brothers used to go to church all the time. Even though she went to Episcopalian church, now I'm non-denominational. But I seen faith at an early age. I seen her go throughout the house. God, give me strength. God, give me strength. I used to hear that from her all the time. So it kind of just progressed as I got older, got introduced to different types of church and different types of denominations, and just seeing my mom have faith to the end, seeing her still talk to God, seeing her still have faith in God despite what she was dealing with. She could have just went, I don't want to believe in you, look at me, and da-da-da-da, you haven't saved me. She could have did all of that, but she did not, from what I saw. To see my mom still have faith despite makes me continue to have faith now despite. And that's that.
So for someone who is watching this, what do you hope they take away from your story when it comes to HIV and stigma, especially in faith-based communities?
I pray somebody takes away today, like if you still have a loved one that is HIV positive, you know them, you be around them, treat them, love on them, just like you love anybody else. Just like you love anybody else. Don't keep them out, don't shun them away, give them extra grace and love like anybody else. That's it.
Angela Myammee Pitts, thank you so much for sharing this time with me, sharing your story, and for really all the fantastic work you continue to do to combat HIV stigma and educate your community and other communities.
Yes.
It's been a real treat.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
That is going to do it for this episode of Plus Talk. What did you think of that chat? Why don't you leave a comment below? And why don't you like, follow, and share? We're across all your favorite social platforms at Plus Life Media, and you can follow us, our website too, pluslifemedia.com. Until next time, be nice to one another, be compassionate, and remember, you equals you, undetectable equals untransmittable. Bye-bye.